Welcome back, everyone. Today I'm discussing my biggest fears as I prepare to embark on the journey of a lifetime, hiking the Appalachian Trail. What is on my mind as I prepare to leave? That's coming up next. Now for a day hike here, state of Maryland. I started in at the Interstate 70 and Maryland Route 40 parking area. I'm headed north into an area, an overlook called Annapolis Rocks. Going to be stopping by quickly at the Pine Knob Shelter area. I'll share that view with you guys. So let's get started with my top fears. When it comes to animals on the AT, things like bears and coyotes, moose, things that go bump in the night, they don't really scare me a whole lot. However, creepy crawlers, there are a few things that you'll get a laugh that I'm actually a little afraid of. If you're ever in a shelter or on the trail and hear me come screaming like a little girl, I may be running from a spider. I can't stand spiders. So you'll never see me being the first one out of camp in the morning. They call that silk blazing. First one out of camp gets to get all the spider webs out of the way for everyone who's leaving behind them. I swear there's a conspiracy that every spider in the forest gets together and they weave a barricade across the trail during the nighttime. So I don't like spiders. Oh, and a few of you are afraid of spiders too. You thought that was funny, didn't you? Something that actually does bother me and concern me is snakes. Being from Pennsylvania and some of the areas that I've hiked, I've run into a few copperheads and also rattlesnakes. And when you're hiking during the summertime and you have the canopy in full effect right now, it's actually beautiful without the leaves. But when this canopy is filled with leaves and the sun is shining down onto the trail, it creates almost like a natural camouflage. Just the contrast of the sunlight and the shade. And one of my fears is stumbling upon a venomous snake along the way. That being copperhead, rattlesnake, anything venomous that's laying in the middle of its living room. And here I come, earphones in, just trucking right down through the middle of the trail and stumbling upon a snake and being struck by a snake. That does kind of bother me a little bit. Pine Knob Shelter. Let's head on uphill. Giardia and norovirus are two things that I'm kind of concerned with, and the sickness that comes along with it. Both of them have very similar symptoms: diarrhea, vomiting, dehydration, fatigue. Noro usually clears up in a few days. Giardia typically takes 2 to 6 weeks, sometimes longer. Something that can definitely take you off trail. Giardia will come from my water supply. I plan to combat that by properly filtering my water. I have a cellular squeeze that I'll be using. Of course, I have to protect that and keep that from freezing, being I'm leaving in February. I'm also taking Aquamira drops with me. That will also help purify my water. I'll use that in the freezing cold temperatures. And also, if I can't rely on those systems, I can simply boil some water. Norovirus is passed typically from hiker to hiker, and it is where Giardia is a parasite, norovirus is a closed cell virus, and your typical hand sanitizer will not kill those germs. There's an outbreak every single year, major outbreaks every single year on the AT. It's carried from shelter to shelter, hiker to hiker, from hostel to hostel. And something that one of my classmates made me aware of turn this around for a second, is a product. Hopefully I can get it out here quickly. Apologize for fumbling around here. It's Clorox. It's bleach-free hand sanitizer. This will actually kill norovirus. And Nutty Hiker, thank you so much for making me aware of that. You can find it on Amazon. I could not find it anywhere locally in my stores. So instead of hand sanitizer, I'm going to be using the Clorox bleach-free hand sanitizer. You don't have to worry about it staining your clothes. I'm going to put a link in the comment to a video last year where Ramdino Roaming the Trails put out an awesome video, and he talks about norovirus, and he shares some great tips how to prevent that and how to keep passing that from each other. Another one of the reasons why I'm leaving early in February is I'm going to do everything I can to avoid that, because once people get sick, it can affect literally hundreds. So I've kind of hinted around in a few of my videos about my knees. My knees aren't the greatest, and I'm not going to keep that a secret at all. Back when I was in high school, I was a goalkeeper playing soccer, and we played hard. We did well. I spent quite a bit of time, weeks on end, with water on the knee and both knees. So literally beat my knees to pieces playing soccer. There's no freebies. I'm paying those dues now to high school sports. Seems like each winter, cold weather, my knees just thump like toothaches. They hurt me terribly. It seems like the more I move, the more I hike, the better they feel. Today is a very unseasonable 50-degree January day, believe it or not, and I've got shorts on. This is crazy. 50 couple degrees in January. I believe today's January the 15th. Just insane. My knees feel like $1 million today. So, and also, shout out to Pickleball, because he's one of my classmates this year. We have both joked around about how our knees have become barometers, and we can predict the weather with our knees. So I know he's experiencing a lot of knee pain as well. So we'll just try to work with it, try to be smart. So the fear of injury is definitely on my mind. I'm going to take the time to prepare myself, to take care of myself while I'm out there. Try to be careful with every step that I take. And I'm going to let my knees dictate the pace. And I'm going to do everything I can to take them all the way to the Katahdin. Some days it is a negotiation, but you just push through it and make it happen. Here we are, Annapolis Rocks. Let's go take a look. Before I move on to my top 2 fears, I think it's important to offer a little bit of a warning before I move on. I welcome all my subscribers, anyone who wants to join in and walk with me to Katahdin. Thank you so much for being here. However, in all honesty, if you come to my channel looking for nothing but rainbows, roses, and sunshine, although I do plan on sharing those, to be true to myself, and this being my diary, my vlog, my record to look back upon as I get a little older, I want to caution you that there will be some dark days, and I plan on sharing those. So that being said, I'm going to open up and I'm going to talk about a few things that are a little closer to my heart. So this isn't going to be sunshine and rainbows. So you may want to click off, or I welcome you to continue with me. I think I'm going to play it safe with this next segment and keep the camera pointed away from me. In the event I should experience any sudden rain showers, haha. Preparing to be away from my family, my loved ones, for up to 6 months has been weighing heavily on my mind. You know, PT, probation termination, shared with me about how lonely he was when he first set out on a trail and how much he missed Odessa Hope I'm saying her name right. Forgive me if I made a mistake there. It doesn't take much to realize how close he is to her. And I absolutely am blessed to have that type of relationship with my sweetheart, who I've waited my entire life to meet, my best friend, my soulmate. And it's hard to describe to anybody how you could leave somebody like that for 6 months, how you can leave your family, how you can leave your children. So loneliness and homesickness is something that I'm really digging deep and trying to prepare myself for, because it's already weighing heavily on me. I'm already missing them, and I haven't even left yet. And there'll be plenty of people that I'll meet on the trail. I'm looking forward to building some great relationships with some of my classmates. Hopefully, I'll meet some people that by the end of the journey, I will call them family. And I look forward to that. But you can experience loneliness in a shelter full of people, a hostel full of people. And it's very difficult to describe. We are so blessed that we have cell phones, FaceTime, the internet, this very vlog that I'm shooting right now that I can upload and share the experience with somebody. But when you're a distance apart, you can't share that intimacy of touch or a warm embrace. And that's what I'm gonna miss while I'm gone. I think it was starting to rain there. Took care of that. So how can you deal with that? This is one of the main reasons I am vlogging, is so I can share my experience with my loved ones. It's one of the main reasons that I'm doing it, so I can bring them along, I can share this awesome journey with them. And I look forward, we've already planned to see each other several times, and I'm blessed that I live near the halfway point, so there'll be a time where I can spend a few nights in my own bed as I'm hiking through, and I look forward to that. So loneliness and homesickness is something that I'm trying to mentally prepare myself for, and I'm going to work through it, and I'm going to get there. She understands why I'm doing this journey. She's my biggest cheerleader, and in fact, she's even told me how much she believes in me, and she knows that I'm going to do this. But that goes for everybody who's along for this journey. All the kind comments, the encouragement, it means so much to me. And I look forward to that, because I know that I'm going to need it to pick me up when I'm down. So enough of that. Let's move on to my next fear. I'm a firm believer, time is a privilege that is denied to many. I'm only 52 years old. I'm a young man. Seems like just yesterday that I graduated high school and I was looking forward to life, and you just think, just like in my intro video, you just think you're going to get to your dreams, you know. And it's not that I haven't lived my dreams. I have believed in living my dreams, and I've done exactly that in my life, and I have absolutely no regret. But the older you get, through time, sadly, you start to lose some family members. You lose some loved ones, your friends, your childhood heroes. And for me, I've lost 2 brothers. My brother Leonard, at the age of 59, who sadly I never had the opportunity to get to know. And my brother Danny passed almost 2.5 years ago. He was only 58 years old. Taken way too soon. My brother Danny was my childhood hero. He's the one who taught me a lot about being a man and how to stand up for myself. One of my biggest regrets in my life was I had planned to give my brother Danny a Father's Day card one year. He and his wife had never had any children. And just one time, I wanted to hand him a Father's Day card for the role he played countless times as a father in my life. So time weighs heavily on my mind. If you take out a notepad and you draw the big T in the middle and you look at the pros and the cons. You start writing that for the Appalachian Trail, you're going to talk yourself out of it in about 5 minutes. You have to take that pad, you have to tear it up, and you have to throw it away. There's no perfect time to do this. There never will be a perfect time to do this. I've been blessed. I've met so many wonderful people along the way, and it's gotten to the point in my life where I started to believe that this could never happen for me. And I've met a lot of great people. Again, blessed to live near the AT. I've met so many wonderful people, and not a single person has ever tried to talk me out of this. Everyone says, you got to do this. I've met people that could barely walk. It was chafed so bad. They could barely even muster the strength to speak to me because they were exhausted. And they took the time to speak to me and encourage me. And I am going to say something here because I think it needs to be said. Up until 2019, I was about 90% convinced I was going to go for it. And I met Frozen at Pine Grove Furnace. And he allowed me to interview him. That interview was up. It's an awesome interview. But the most important things happened was when that camera was turned off, because he had his own hike to deal with. Just came back on trail from his birthday. He had been trying desperately to catch up to his tramily, who he loves very much. I had met his tramily just a few hours before he arrived at Pine Grove Furnace, and he was that close to them. But he wouldn't leave. When that camera went off, he was concerned about encouraging me to begin my journey. And there's 2 words he said to me when he walked away as it was getting dark. He was like 5 miles out from the shelter to catch up to his tramily. He didn't care. He stayed there with me, answered my questions, encouraged me. And he was walking away, turned around backwards, and he said to me, "Don't wait, Eric. Go for it." He said, "Don't wait." Those 2 words got me there. It's helped me make this decision. And I'm going for it. So, as far as time goes, it's time. And I'm going to make this happen. It's time to live my dream, like so many others have and have encouraged me. So there you go. My biggest fear, time. I fear it no more.